Today on People Now. Ariana Grande has dropped a new single and music video, and Arianators cannot get enough.
It's more beautiful than anyone told me it would be, and I've been waiting a long time.
John Stamos opens up about being a new dad.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have a night out exactly 1 month before their big wedding day.
The passenger next to the woman sucked out of that Southwest plane speaks out about that tragic moment.
Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. No, guys, your mind, it's not playing tricks on you today. If you see someone strikingly similar or near perfect pairs, it's okay to do a double take because it's National Lookalike Day.
Yeah, it is. We want to celebrate National Lookalike Day today by finding out who is your celebrity doppelganger. We know you all have one. Tweet us at People with the hashtag PeopleNow.
Everyone has one. We'd love to find out yours. We'll check in with you in a little bit, but first we move on to this. Holly Mackey, a Southwest passenger seated in the same row as Jennifer Reardon, who was killed when the flight's left engine exploded on that Southwest flight, is now opening up about the terrifying ordeal and how she tried to save the mom of two from being sucked out of the plane. Mackey, seated in the aisle seat and a teenage girl sandwiched between them, reportedly grabbed onto Reardon's belt loop after debris blew out the window. Mackey adding, "I wrapped my arm around her waist and tried to pull her in. The little girl did too. It was really loud. You couldn't hear. We tried yelling for help, but you couldn't hear anything." The pair was unable to successfully pull her back inside, citing that the altitude and the air pressure were still too much. Now, according to Mackey, Reardon was wearing a seatbelt at the time of the explosion, explaining the seatbelt is what held her inside. "We were feeling it pulling us a little bit. It wasn't strong enough to pull us out, I don't believe, but I wasn't certain that it wasn't strong enough to pull the girl in the middle out if I unbuckled her and tried to move her out of the way." And that was her quote there. And the aircraft was forced to make an emergency landing in Philadelphia. 2 firemen on board were able to eventually pull Reardon inside as a retired nurse performed CPR for over 20 minutes until the plane touched the ground. On Wednesday, the Philadelphia Department of Public Health announced Reardon's death was caused by blunt impact trauma to her head, neck, and torso. Mackey, who was able to catch a connecting flight back home to her family, says her thoughts continue to linger on that day. She tells People, "Both of us expected to be going home to our families and sleeping in our own beds that night. I kept telling my husband, somebody else's family doesn't get to have this tonight, and it isn't fair." Stay on People.com for more on this story. Here we go. It is New Music Friday, people, and our girl Ariana Grande is back. Her new single, No Tears Left to Cry, just dropped today. And let's just say Arianator superfans cannot get enough of this. Michael tweeting, "We're not worthy," with an appropriate gif of the singer. Boom, mind blown. Another fan channeling the great Chandler Bing, writing "Mood all day." And of course, we feel you there. Just listen away. Of course, fans are obsessed with the David Meyers directed music video, which shows Ariana upside down, walking sideways. You get the picture here. It's kind of like that. The track is the first Grande has released since the Manchester bombing in May 2017, when a terrorist killed 22 people and injured more than 500 at one of the UK stops of her Dangerous Woman tour. Grande suspended her tour after the attack, but returned to the stage a few weeks later for a star-studded One Love Manchester charity concert. The 24-year-old has maintained a relatively low profile since wrapping the tour last year, but returned to social media this week, tweeting, "Miss you." You can check out the star's full single and music video right now on People.com. Breaking royal news today, Commonwealth leaders have voted for Prince Charles to succeed Queen Elizabeth as the head of the Commonwealth. This comes one day after the Queen formally asked the Commonwealth heads of government to appoint Charles as her successor of the Association of Britain and its former colonies. Queen Elizabeth has been the group's symbolic figurehead since 1952, but the role is not hereditary, meaning Prince Charles would not have automatically become head of the Commonwealth. Its leaders had been discussing the decision behind closed doors at Windsor Castle before that decision was announced. The Commonwealth is made up of 53 nations and about 2.4 billion people, so this is a big deal. And also related to the royals, Meghan Markle is taking her passion for women's empowerment and gender equality into the royal world. She and fiancé Prince Harry attended the Women's Empowerment reception in London on Thursday, meeting reps from charities and organizations that work to promote gender equality around the world through girls' education. The The couple, who will officially marry in less than a month, were dressed to the nines for the reception. Harry in a blue suit and black tie, and Meghan in a black belted sheath dress by the brand Black Halo. The evening is part of a summit that brings together the heads of government from all the Commonwealth nations. Harry and Meghan also attended a Commonwealth-related event on Wednesday where Meghan said that fighting for LGBTQ rights would be a key focus in her public work with Harry after their May 19th wedding. And stick around because later in the show, our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber, is here. She's talking about Harry and Meghan's reported honeymoon destination and more. You do not want to miss that. And Andrea, you have more for us in Star Trek
Yes,
today.
we are kicking off Star Trek today with a party fit for the Kardashian clan. Watch this.
So you taught me how to be a mom. You taught me how to love. You taught me what being a mom was all about. And you were the first. You were there first.
Nice speech there. Kourtney Kardashian celebrated her 39th birthday on Thursday with some of her nearest friends and family. Now, Kris kicked off the bash with a heartfelt speech, saying in part, "You don't even understand how much I love and adore you, and I appreciate you. You are the biggest blessing in my life, and I thank you, Kourtney." Kim Kardashian West made sure to document the party and showed off her new blunt bob haircut. Others in attendance included Kendall Jenner, Kanye West, Malika Hack, Khadijah Hack, and Kim's former assistant, Stephanie Shepard. The soiree also featured piñatas that were made in each of the guests' likeness. Can you imagine having a piñata of your own face?
That's a dream.
Sounds like a dream come true, I guess. All right, moving on to this. Amy Schumer is spilling the beans about her marriage to husband Chris Fisher. The I Feel Pretty star opened up to the host of The View about how she did not rush down the aisle, saying, quote, "You know that I'm not like a fool. I'm not impulsive like that. We have known each other for about a year now, and we've been living together already for 6 months." Going on to say, it's not a long courtship, but it's not like we had a great weekend in Vegas and threw in the towel. The comedian and cook were married in a surprise ceremony in Malibu back in February in front of 80 guests. Schumer wrapped up the discussion of her marriage on the talk show by saying, "I love my family, my friends, my work. I was like, I'll die alone. I don't care. I'm not going to settle. I don't want to settle. I met the one." Well, we couldn't be happier for Amy and Chris. And those are your Star Treks for today.
Stay with us, guys. We're talking to John Stamos about his first week of fatherhood. Plus, want to know where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are honeymooning after the big royal wedding? We are talking about that in just a bit. Stick around.
All right, but let's check in on our question of the day. To celebrate National Lookalike Day, we want to know, who's your celebrity doppelganger?
Allie says, you know, a few people have said, "I'm the brunette Blake Lively." And she says,
Nice.
"Hey, I'll gladly accept that
Oh,
compliment."
yeah.
Not the worst comparison.
Danny writes, "I guess I'm Ben Affleck, but also been told I look like Jude Law." Wow.
I don't put those in the same boat. I don't know. Keep the comments coming in. We're going to check in with you again later, but now we move on to this.
Yes, it is the end of an era. The series finale of Scandal aired last night.
This is your spoiler alert. If you have not watched last night's episode of Scandal and you don't want to find out what happened, turn this off.
Yeah,
right
get
now.
out of here.
That's it.
All right, most of Scandal's fearless gladiators did get a happy ending on Thursday, finally taking down Cyrus and ensuring that Mellie would stay in the White House to wear that white hat for years to come.
But not everyone made it out of the series finale alive. We had to say goodbye to maybe the last pure person on the show.
Yeah, Attorney General David Rawson, who was killed by Cyrus in probably the most dramatic moment from the finale.
The show really pioneered the whole live tweeting thing, so of course Twitter was blowing up with fan reactions.
Yeah, like Sugar, who tweeted this hilarious gif with the caption, "Don't drink that, David. It's a trap."
No! Siobhan, who says the finale left her shook. So the Twitterverse, not okay. We are not okay. And apparently neither is the show's star, Kerry Washington. Watch this.
Shocked, and also grateful that up until the end, our writers just are going for it. You know, that they're swinging for homers up until the end.
But for most of the other characters, guys, things actually ended pretty well. And though Olivia's future was left kind of open-ended, Fitz does come in at the end to sweep her off her feet one more time. We like to think that they live happily ever after, making jam in Vermont.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
hope
we
so.
hope for.
And if you're not ready to say goodbye to Scandal just yet, pick up a copy of this People Magazine special edition. It's got interviews with the entire cast, behind-the-scenes photos and secrets, and more.
All right, the stars came out in full force on Thursday to celebrate young people giving back at the annual We Day event in Inglewood, California.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston, Selena Gomez, and more showed up to support and honor youth who've dedicated their time to charity and activism work, both locally and globally. Such a cool event.
Yeah, new dad John Stamos was there to support the kids, snagging pics with fans and taking some time to open up about how his first week of fatherhood has been. Watch.
It's more beautiful than anyone told me it would be. And I've been waiting a long time. I woke up this morning, I sang him House of Pooh Corner, Christopher Robin, and his middle name is Christopher. I cry a lot, that's what I do.
Can you tell who he looks like already?
He's got my wife's legs, which is good, I think. And I think he's got some good hair going, but they say it's going to fall out and come back, and I don't know. I hope it could be. Sometimes with two decent-looking people, you know.
And lastly, how's Mom doing?
She's great. She is like nothing happens. She's incredible. She just eased through it like she does everything else in life.
Property brother Drew Scott and his fiancée Linda Fan were also honoring the kids at the We Day event.
Yeah, their big wedding day is right around the corner, so we had to ask if there's been some bridezilla action going on.
Organized. I think both of us are like that though too. We were dividing and conquering pretty well, so it's all set. Family and friends just getting together and going to Italy. That's how can you get stressed when you're going to relax in Italy for a week?
Drew Scott also opened up about how twin brother Jonathan Scott was doing since his split from girlfriend Jacinta.
In reality, they weren't together that long, and so, but I mean, the main thing there is he's a great guy, and I know that it was an amicable split, so he's fine. He's great.
Nickelodeon star JoJo Siwa was also at Thursday's We Day event.
Yeah, she opened up about her former Dance Moms coach Abby Lee Miller's recent cancer diagnosis and how she is doing.
You know, I went to visit her yesterday. She was not good by any means. I mean, what she has is awful, but she is in good spirits, so that is really good. It's hard, but she's definitely the strongest, toughest, most fighting person that I know, and so I think she will be good.
How was it seeing her yesterday?
Sad, really, really sad, heartbreaking. It's sad to see someone who is just kind of like down, you know?
All right, guys, Entourage standout Emmanuelle Chriqui stars in the new Super Troopers sequel. It's out right now, but she's also known as the go-to sidekick of fellow actress Jenna Dewan.
And now, of course, Jenna is going through a tough time right now after splitting with husband of 9 years, Channing Tatum. Emmanuelle gave us an update on her BFF and how she is doing today.
You know what? She's fierce and strong. And, you know, she's just a woman of conviction and of heart. And she is good. I mean, not to say, listen, I can't comment, but I mean,
No, right.
I know that it's a trying time for both of them, and I think they're both going to be really okay.
How important has it been for you to be, as a close friend, to be there?
Oh my God, it's like, you have to understand, we've been together yeah, we've been together.
Well, no, but like that
She's
type
my
of
wife.
friendship, that bond is...
We've been, you know, like best friends for, goodness, like almost 17 years. So, I mean, that just goes without saying, you know, I mean, she's been there for me through, oh my God, so many things, and vice versa, and I think we'll continue to be there for each other, probably till we're old and gray.
That's great. And speaking of great friends, Emmanuelle told us that she still keeps in touch with the cast of Entourage and recently reunited with some of the gang at Jerry Ferrara's wedding.
So Kevin Connolly and Jerry Ferrara and I, you know, we really did. We kept in touch. Kev and I went to Jerry's wedding this summer.
Cool.
And it was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah. There was just this moment of like, oh my God, no matter what, come hell or high water, these guys are my bros. Like, it could be 6 months, 8 months of maybe a text here and there, and then to see each other, it literally feels like family.
Just
like,
gotta pick
we
right
are
back up.
soul connected.
Yeah.
I'm happy there's still an entourage in real life. And you
Me
guys,
too.
stick around. Emmanuelle will be back to talk all those hilarious behind-the-scenes moments in Super Troopers 2.
All right, guys, actress Natasha Lyonne is diving into voice acting. She's playing the main character in the new series from Adult Swim called Ballmasters 9009.
Great name. She stopped by to let us know how she got involved in the series.
Well, I think I'd always seen those shows on, you know, in the middle of the night. They're only 15 minutes, so I feel like they run them and, you know, at weird times and in a loop and then never again. And then when this just sort of came to me one day, and then David Wayne, who's an actor and a director, and I was in a movie of his recently, he had done a voice in Super Jail, and he said that he had a good time with that, so that was a real vote of confidence from me. And it is really fun, because it's like so crazy. It's like the kind, you know, if you were doing this on screen, you would, you know, you'd be making Sam Kinison look subtle. So there's something very fun about that.
Of course, Natasha is widely known for her role as Nikki in the ever-popular Netflix series Orange is the New Black.
Now, the 6th season has been very under wraps, doesn't have a release date quite yet.
Yeah, while the cast has been sworn to secrecy about the newest episodes, Natasha did tell us what vibes you can expect from the newest season.
It's a great season. I really, I'm so in love with that show and the people on it.
So last season ended pretty abruptly. Danielle Brooks told Variety, here's a quote, "There's no up from there." So I don't know, what can fans expect in some way that would give us some little example of?
It's heavy. I think there's a lot of sort of questions of loyalty and trust and what all that is going to mean for these characters.
We get beat for no reason. We stuffed 4 in a bunk like we factory chickens. We're denied basic humanity.
And, you know, I think it's also been an interesting year in that I think our show really always talked about the prison industrial complex, but I think with the documentary, The 13th, I think it's more in the discussion. And I think, you know, we still have a system going in this country that is so it's impossible to articulate how unjust it is, and that hopefully part of our you know, work, if these are the last few seasons of Orange is the New Black, as we're in our 6th already, would be in kind of, you know, helping to illuminate the reality of what's going on in the world and the level of injustice.
Yeah. Guys, let's be honest. We've been so wrapped up in Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding news that we almost forgot about what comes after the honeymoon, of course. But now Travel and Leisure magazine has reportedly confirmed the couple's destination of choice. And here with all the details is our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber. Welcome, Imogen.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Let's break this down. Where will Prince Harry and Meghan go for their honeymoon, and why are they choosing the place?
So it looks like the pair will head to Namibia after the wedding on May the 19th. The luxury Honeyd Valley camp has been touted as a potential destination. Costing $660 per person per night, it is home to unique wildlife, one of Harry's passion projects, and is surrounded by mountains and desert.
Very private. It's kind of isolated.
Exactly. It's definitely glamping. There are ensuite bathrooms with indoor and outdoor showers and Wi-Fi.
Yes, very different than the camping I did as a kid.
Harry has called Africa the place, quote, "I feel more like myself than anywhere in the world." Harry and Meghan's third date was a vacation in Botswana, as you do. They also returned there to celebrate her 36th birthday last summer. Plus, it's where he sourced a center diamond in her engagement
So there's
ring.
a lot of meaning in the location for them.
Absolutely,
Now,
yeah.
switching gears to this, the other royal milestone that we cannot stop talking about, royal baby number 3.
Any second.
Yeah, now that his or her arrival is just days away, it's going to be a little bit of a wait before we see Kate Middleton out and about again. So to pass the time, we figured, hey, let's walk down memory lane and let's review some of the trends that Kate swore by to dress her baby bump over the last 9 months. This is the kind of thing we pay a lot of attention to. First up, we've seen Kate really experimenting with color during this pregnancy. We've talked a lot about it. She's always chic. She's always well-tailored. She's been seen sporting a brighter, bolder style in recent months with her jewel-toned coats and dresses. We are here for it, so much so I actually wore jewel-tone today.
You did, absolutely. Kate has a bit of a challenge with her outfits. They have to conform to royal protocol, pay a nod to the UK's high street, what you call Main Street brands, and also fly the flag for Britain. If she can be spotted in a crowd, then that's a bonus.
There you go.
From purple to royal blue to emerald green and every colour in between, Kate has found a vibrant way to jazz up winter outfits. One of my favourite of her looks was this hot pink mulberry coat. She wore it in January for a visit to the town of Coventry, and she's actually worn it at least twice before, so it seems to be one of her favourites.
Yeah, I love that. All right,
why.
I do. Yeah, it's great. And it's surprisingly pretty common for Kate to be spotted in clothes that she has worn before. Royals are just like us, it turns out, Imogen.
Yes, for Kate, it is not a faux pas to wear the same thing twice. For example, Kate wore this blue lace dress by Seraphine twice during her pregnancy with baby number 3. First in February during her royal tour in Norway, and just weeks later in March for another royal outing.
Now, Kate gave us major flashbacks when she recycled at least 3 maternity looks from her last pregnancy with Princess Charlotte, and since you and I post all these photos up, we saw it right away.
Absolutely, you're right. She first wore this trusty floral print dress in January 2015 to visit a charity in Kensington. In January, she wore the dress again to visit a school as part of her patronage with the organisation Place to Be. She first wore this winter white maternity coat in 2015 while visiting the set of Downton Abbey, then again on March the 6th of this year on a day out in Oxford. The coat is by JoJo Maman Bébé, featuring a collarless top, cinched waist and white buttons. And this navy coat and matching dress from Belua, London, was first worn 6 weeks before Charlotte's birth in 2015 to attend a church service with the royal family. Kate dusted off the fit and flare set for another appearance in March of this year for the Commonwealth Day church service at Westminster Abbey.
Don't be afraid to wear it twice, everyone.
Absolutely.
Now, Kate might technically be Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, but she's the Queen of mixing maternity and non-maternity pieces all the way up to the 9-month mark. At least that's what I've been told. From coats to jogging pants to high fashion gowns, Kate proves that fashion can still be fierce at all stages of a pregnancy.
Definitely. I loved her outfit when she played hockey in Sweden earlier this year, rocking sorrel boots that retail at about $130 and a Burberry coat, which, as it's a British high-end brand, cost considerably more. The custom Alexander McQueen dress she wore for her Norway tour I think will go down as iconic, and I'm sure we'll see again whether she's pregnant or not. Gorgeous. Even the floral print top Kate wore in her last official royal engagement before giving birth was non-maternity. Kate was glowing as she paired it with black skinny jeans and a cream coat. It was a perfect mix-to-match look to send off this pregnancy in style.
Very good, I agree. Thank you, Imogen. What a great rundown of all that. And guys, stay on people.com for all the latest royal baby updates, wedding updates, and much more.
The French-Canadian town Saint-Georges-du-Laurent is actually on American soil.
I met her in the hair and makeup trailer on set.
But that's where all the good chats go down, as we all know.
And I was like getting my makeup done. I'm like, wow. Yeah, exactly. And then I got actually a great couple pictures on the press line yesterday with the OG Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah, pretty incredible meetup, I'd say. We can't get enough of Super Troopers 2, which hits theaters today. The film, which comes 16 years after that original, was funded through the Kickstarter campaign Indiegogo, and it features a hilarious cast who got pretty rowdy at some giant group dinners during filming. Watch this.
It would be giant dinners,
Oh,
like
okay.
the whole cast. That was the funniest thing in Boston.
Oh, because, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Which adds a whole other aesthetic to the night out, right?
100%. Like, and we were actually filming in this small town called Waltham, which is just outside of Boston proper. And we would like take over these restaurants, and you know, listen, these guys are so funny. And the troopers and the Mounties, you know, we're talking about incredible comedians coming together and just like throwing bit after bit after bit.
So it turns into a show for everyone watching,
Basically,
right?
and I'm just watching.
Yeah.
Like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching.
See you Monday at our new time, noon.
Yes.
Be there.
See you then. Bye.